Hello again, viewers, and greetings, fellow space travelers. This is Thorn of Night. Oh, yeah, space travelers. This is Thorn of Night, and that's Little Cuddles. And welcome to another episode on the Refuge. And today there's something kind of interesting in store. Firstly, before we get into it, though, I am going to go show you why precisely it is that I am wearing a space helmet, and here, have a golden shovel. So, let's see here. If I go home nether top, I think this is where it is. Yes. Yeah. First off, a captured and named guest, which is it spawned in there. That's awesome. This is White Cat's project. She's making a nether hub with different activities in the 4 directions, including, but not limited to, a shop with everything. But she's setting up the shops to be able to hold everything, but it's an actual legitimate shop. It's not like an admin shop or anything. It's just she's using her admin abilities to get it set up, make a placeholder, and all that. But while she was doing that, she wanted something set up in the sky, so I busied myself with making a planet to her specs. And a moon. There's a moon over there. You can see the moon with the hazy atmosphere on it. But we've got diamonds and sea lanterns, a little lapis, some gold, the lapis, diamond, and gold rings. And it's truncated on the top. She's got some stuff going on in here. This is not just a decorative planet. It's actually functional, just like in there. But she wanted it to be planets because she is doing something kind of cool over here. She's got a pixel art of a galaxy, a spiral galaxy going that she's going to be having. And this is sort of a public attraction with lots of things to do and look at and interact with. It's not done here. The hub's not done, but she's got all kinds of stuff. She's got wolves that keep honing in on the sheep. She's got the polar bears, different biome representatives everywhere. Let's see here, some uh, ruminants. Yeah, ruminants. Is that what it is? No, cows are ruminants. What do you call equines? I think. We've got silverfish and a pretend portal room. And then other stuff there. But yeah, she's got quite the project going on, and even I have been a little bit busy. Home. Let's see here. Why am I doing this? Elytring is so much better. I have the residential rise built, and as you can see, things are happening down in chat involving me. I'm doing a real quick intro here, but this is ready to have things built. And then there's one other quick thing before we get over to there. Let's see here. TP, or no, home and top. You may find all of this rather familiar. If I come down here, we've got the end pillars and the fountain and the island and all that kind of stuff and the bridge going off. But this is not the actual end island. I copy pasted 7.5 million blocks from the end island out to here where I currently am. It is the same altitude and all that kind of stuff. This is going to be where the actual end city is, and the reason for that is because I've learned that the actual end island here is the only place where you can have the end dragon fights happen over and over again. It will always home in on 0, 0. So I needed the island, but I don't want the dragon to break all the stuff. So the end dragon is going to be summoned here. We are actually going to be watching it. This is White Cat's attempt to solo the end dragon. And I'm going to make sure everyone's settled in here, but I'm going to go ahead and get this thing going and then recording to show you guys White Cat's attempt at doing the battle. So give me just a second here. And this is the setting up of the end crystals for the first time. So, well, before you place all of them, let's get everyone into GMSP. Same thing, place the last one in the regular spot. So let's get everyone that's not going to be fighting into GMSP or creative or whatever.
No, save me!
Quit looking at the Enderman!
I can't help it!
That's hilarious!
No!
Okay, well, let's slash GMSP. So, go ahead and place that last end crystal. So you placed it. Wait, why isn't it on fire? Oh,
Okay.
Things are happening.
Nah.
Oh, so it's clearing all the scaffolding and resetting all of the... So it blasts all the ladders and things off and it resets. That is just too cool. I didn't even know.
And now...
No!
And here
Why
comes the dragon.
Nah! Yeah.
Whoa. That what it looks like?
And that was
Nah.
the fireball.
I'm being killed by the Enderman, not the dragon.
Oh no.
Nah! I should have worn a pumpkin.
You should.
The dragon's stuck on your bedrock up here.
Oh no. Oh.
Well, not his bedrock, but he's hanging up around up top.
Yeah, that's a good
And
point.
I can't see the dragon break. Why?
I'm gonna go up there and break
I
it for
didn't
him.
even remember that.
Ah! Okay.
Okay, it's back down.
Woo. That's right. It goes over 0, 0, and whatever block
Oh my
is
goodness.
the highest block above 0, 0. That's good information.
Ah!
Well, at least that helped her get away from the Enderman. Why are you not wearing your pumpkin? The Enderman is honed in on the dragon. I didn't even know that was a thing.
All I have to do
It
is...
swooped in and
common.
wow.
They tend to explode as well.
Oh boy.
Perfect!
See?
Perfect. Now...
It exploded with acid.
Woo! She survived.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, how
You,
did I live
you must
without
have rolled.
running around?
Okay. Lining up for another. Oh, that's too high. Acid.
Got it.
Basically, if you see it attached to one, that's where you shoot.
Right now he's
Oh,
attached to a
it's
caged
roosting.
one.
No!
Oh, just a tad higher and you were just a smidge off. Oh, watch out, Cuddles.
I'm in, oh.
Higher.
Can't hit me.
Oh, no, not that
Have
high.
it a
Shit.
bit lower. Not that
That's
low.
so high.
There
Got
you go,
it.
perfect.
Look for the one that the dragon's attached to right now.
Yep, right there.
Oh! Oh my goodness, one heart left. That was me not paying attention.
Tad lower.
You almost shot Cuddles instead. Got
There
it.
you go.
Now,
Got it?
Now you
Yep.
can start attacking.
Melee
So,
attack.
so sword or punch or whatever. Oh my!
Die! Stupid dragon.
Ah! It went through me.
Yes, when it starts to hit, that's probably the best bet for getting a headshot.
Oh, look at that health go down. Interesting. Yep, weird. Punch its head. Or whatever. Punch.
It doesn't
Oh!
matter where.
Oh!
Yeah!
Woo! My first Ender Dragon murdered. Woo!
Now wait.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yay!
And the egg is not back.
Wow, I got crap experience from that.
So
That's sad.
does that? Oh, there's a new one of those teleporter thingies to another in city.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see where this one goes, or not.
Come here. Come here.
There.
There we go. Oh my goodness! 500 Endermen, I have gotten 20 gold ingots. Nice.
So it
And
was
I
just,
didn't use a single one of these totems. I'm so happy.
it was just really lucky that the other one was at an in city.
Ah.
Okay.
Where'd you go?
Neat. Well, that was
I'm very
cool.
happy now. I killed my first dragon. I recorded my first dragon killing. Hopefully it worked. Hopefully.
Watch, he didn't.
Watch me have recorded it in some random file type.
You looked at an Enderman.
You're gonna die.
Well, congratulations. You killed an Ender Dragon.
That was fun. Really scary at the beginning because I had no clue what I was doing.
Lick.
But
Might as well
Yes.
lick the person who started the licking in the first place.
Mhm.
Lick, celebratory lick. Alright, well that was quite the enjoyable thing. I'm glad White Cat was able to do it. I wanted to offer as minimal interaction and as minimal help as I could muster. I wanted to mostly observe and record it, so I basically was just there as a camera. I showed her, or helped her partially figure out which columns still had the end crystals on the top of them, but beyond that, I was mostly just there to record, and that's the way I wanted to do it. I was thinking that the next dragon fight was going to be like a whole bunch of people, but she wanted to do it on her own, so I wasn't gonna argue. She had a bunch of those totems of undying because she thought she was going to die, but nope, never died, never used one of them, so that's awesome. But I think it's time to move on to another project because I don't have enough. I am at the jungle that is near my my base. I think over that way or somewhere. Anyway, picked a spot here in the middle because I want you to get a last look at this as being a standard jungle. I'm not going to be doing my Refugee to Regent in the jungle, but I am going to be preparing the jungle for when I do the Refugee to Regent. It is going to be a much more fantasy-esque kind of jungle. I'm not going to just leave it like this. For one thing, there's not going to be nearly as much tree action going on. Those little tiny guys, I'm going to get rid of all of them, even the medium ones. Like these right here, these are going to go away. All of this, gone. It's going to be just the great big 2x2 trees, and I have an idea. I'm going to just leave just the little studs of the trunks for the one tall ones and leave those on the ground. Then, in addition to all that, I'm going to go through and start converting like the ferns and the leaves and the flowers and stuff to other things. I don't know if I'm going to change the melons or the any pumpkins I find, but we'll see. So anyway, it's going to be probably a couple hours worth of work, maybe more. I may be underestimating how much time it's going to take, but I want my little area that I'm going to be designating for the jungle to be all taken care of. At least this first step, as much as I can right now. So, I'm going to get back to work. Probably will recruit the help of anyone who's going to be able to help with this, i.e. White Cat or little Cuddles. Who knows? Uh, they they might have some free time. We'll see. No, not recruiting little Cuddles, that's for sure. But I'm going to get to work. Oh, and she's back. And I will catch you up when I'm either done or if I find something interesting or whatever. But I'll show you what my progress is. So I'll be right back. Alright, I figured I would give you... Oh, there's another one. I didn't even see this one. Give you a little bit of an update to my progress. I've gone through and marked off the border of the area that I'm claiming as my own. I'm not going to be a huge jerk and claim the whole jungle is my own. No, I'm like more than half the jungle is going to be left alone. It's a huge jungle anyway. But I just wanted to show you this. I've got a couple of jungle temples, but I'm not going to check to see if it's been raided because I'm in creative and this isn't. I don't want to cheat. Right now, all I'm doing is just going through and preparing this zone to be as if it spawned in the way that I'm going to have it spawn. It's not going to look like your standard jungle. As you can see, I've already started clearing out all the ground clutter. The medium-sized trees are gone, like that one. And also, I have found as I went around the border that I've set up, there's going to be a stronghold there, and I basically followed the water line, and I'm for the most part taking everything on that side of this river and leaving everything on that side. So that's how the jungle looks over there. I've got a ravine. I've gone through a few passes in all the way around, starting on the outside, but just want you to see this. Let's get there a little faster. Got another stronghold, and then there's this little band that comes out like this. What was that? No, I thought I saw another one. There's a little band, a little isthmus, I think it's called, that comes out over here. And I don't know if this was world generated or not, but there are these gravel pillars, mysterious gravel pillars, and oh, there's a village. Wait, I knew about that village. I knew about the village. That's where I got my initial torches. Hey. Cool. Anyway, so for the refugee regent, one of the things that I'm insisting, and I'm going to stick to it too, but one of the things I'm insisting is once people get their city up and going, and I think get to the end of the stone stage and get into the iron stage, is I insist that people who are participating, myself included, make a road that connects their land to spawn. And for me, spawn is that way. So I saw these two pillars. I saw this little band of green here. I thought, you know what, I could just make a little defensive outpost there and then have another one over here and just be done with it. Or just to make it more, I guess, continuity, I could just copy the dungeon or the temple. I keep calling it a dungeon or a stronghold. I could copy the temple over semi-symmetrically over here or something. I'll figure it out. But a sort of guardhouses. Hello, YouTube. Yourself. So the road's going to come in through here. It's almost. Let's see here. Let's see here. If that is roughly the half angle, then spawn is almost due that way. So I just had to figure out the road. 105, holy cow. It's gone way down. It's been like almost 700 or 800 recently. Been doing a lot of chopping. But just go around and make a road go up to spawn sort of diagonally and figure out what I'm going to do. I might fly over first and mark the path and then come through and make the road. Don't know yet, but when it comes to actually making the road, it's going to be made legitimately. I'm not going to be doing my path method that I have been using for the server related stuff, not my own personal related stuff. But just wanted to update you on that. I need to get back to work because there's a big swath of jungle to take care of. So I'll be right back. Alright, I am, with the help of Cuddles and a lot more time than anticipated, pretty much done. This is not it. This is the before picture, so to speak. I want you to take a nice good look at this patch of jungle because this is not going to be the jungle I've really begun enjoying. Light shooting everywhere because it's so much faster. Razor clouds. There we go. Here's the after picture. Ooh, clouds. Of the first stage of this project. All the ground clutter leaves are gone. All the medium height trees are gone as far as I can tell. There might be no. That's a 2x2. I'm keeping all of the 2x2 trees, except for the ones that accidentally got chopped. Oops. And then I'm going to be converting them, the remaining stumps, the plants, and probably even some of the grass down here into a whole other thing. That way it is very obvious that this is not natural Minecraft generation. And that way if anyone does decide to wander into this area, they can go, oh, hey, something's going on here. Like they come over this hill, go, birch tree, birch tree, birch tree, oh, what's this? So the next thing I need to do, I think, is find the exact mix that I want to turn these leaves into because they're not staying leaves. The tops of these trees are going to be, ultimately, each tree is going to be the housing for the non-elder type people. This is going to be the general population. And then coming up from the jungle floor are going to be these massive trees. Like, we're talking 7 across on the base. And they're going to tower up way above all the rest. Above the clouds even. And then they are going to have the fancy housing, the businesses, the barracks, everything else is going to be up here. And I'm going to try to restrict all of my activities while building in here, to try to never touch the ground unless I absolutely have to. I'm thinking that the access point to be able to get into the city and then come over and touch the ground is going to be right here. And then I will have a bridge going across right here, and then that will be coming in and attaching to the road right here, which I still need to continue cutting across the base here over to the docks and piers over on that side. So lots of different things going around in my head for this design, but before I do any of that, I need to get this looking more the way I want it to, and that's going to need a little bit of figuring for what the leaves are going to be. It's going to be a lot of reds. It's probably going to have some red stone blocks. It's probably going to have wool, maybe some glass. We'll see. But there's a bunch that I have lined up for this that I need to see how it looks, and then just come through and start changing everything. Change for the better, hopefully. So I'll be right back. Alright, now I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the, which direction am I facing? There's Cuddles. She was able to help me a lot. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the amount of work done that I am wanting to, but, oh, it's this direction, it's just out of view. I have decided on the materials that I'm going to be using in there for the forest. First off, before I do anything else, I have to change the leaves, because if I change the trunks, the leaves will despawn. Found that out. Oops, oops, oops. So, the leaves are going to be this stuff, and because there's not going to be any leaf leaves, I need to have some light up there anyway. So, in with the mix, I'm going to be throwing in some of these lanterns. I don't want it to be glowstone because the glowstone just looks too much. So, oh no, Ender Lady. So, what I'm doing is I'm banking on the fact that I'm going to be having more than 40% of the blocks be these redstone blocks because they pop, they stand out. And use those to light up everything else with these. So I'm going to probably have, I don't know, 5% of these. That should be enough, I think. I hope. We'll see. Maybe it up to like 8% of that. But, who knows, maybe 10. But the rest of this will be the mix that just covers all the rest of the leaves in the jungle. Then, I'll be replacing all of the trunks and all of the logs in the jungle with these 4 here. And then finally, oh, I'm missing one more component. At least one more component. Let's change this to over here. Actually, it looks funny. Hold on. There. The ground is going to become this stuff here. I'm going to leave some of it actually grass to leave some of the earthy tones with it. But the rest of it, in not overwhelming percentages, but in some, is going to be this. Now, I am going to go through and replace a bunch of the grass with these things. These are nether brick fences so that it looks like plant stalks, and what I may do is go through and actually put some of that on top, or manually go through and can't break blocks. What? Can't bind a tool to. I am so confused. There we go. Apparently there's a feature I'm not aware of. What I may do is use those stalks and maybe put some of that on top of it, or maybe even that. We'll see. But for right now, I'm going to be leaving some of those as is. But for instance, the ferns, hi Cuddles, the ferns are going to be replaced by these redstone torches. I'm just going to call them glowberries. Now, there is going to be some mycelium going on, so that is going to have mushroom, and it's just going to be the beige mushrooms. I'm not going to go for the red. There is going to be some soul sand in there because I want to have the netherwort growing. I'm not going to be using the netherwort for much of anything, at least for right now anyway, so it's just that, but that's what is going to be part of the ground clutter that's going to replace what's already there in the jungle. So we've got the tops, then the trunks, and then the ground. I suspect that the ground is going to take the most amount of time. Getting the mix in, that'll be easy. Getting the plants in, that might take a long time. Anvil head. Weird. She has a mohawk. Anyway, I'm going to see about how much time I've got left. I may go ahead and just wrap up here and leave the rest of the jungle conversion for a future video, because there are other things that I need to do beyond preparing for my refugee regent. I have a server to add content too. Here, it's not just me on here. I need to get busy on the quests and all that kind of stuff. So, I'm going to see what we've got left along the way of time, and I'll be back. Alright, one last little bit. I have a jungle tree planted here. Never mind the clouds, they are irrelevant to this. But I have put on... I have put on the power tool of what I think is a good mix for this. So let me go ahead and bring that up for you. We've got, well, I just copied it, so I'm setting the power tool to my arrow here. It's using the replace near command, and I'm going to be doing it in a fairly largish area. Not overwhelmingly large because I don't want to crash the server. But we've got an area of 20 in all directions, replacing all the leaves with this mix of things, and it's a long string of nonsense. 40% of that, 10 of that, 20 of that, 15, and then all threes for the rest. So it's going to be the majority of the redstone blocks, and then there's going to be a mix of all the rest of the stuff. Ideally, we should be getting some light off of this. We'll see. Whoa! Hey now. Let's go ahead and do this. Boop. Oh, look at that! That's plenty of light. There's even light coming from down there. Oh! I like it. I like it. That's a very fantastic set of leaves. I'm already happy with it. Oh, and in case you're wondering, the vines are going to stay put. So we've got... And I didn't want to overdo it with some of these oddball blocks. I've got like these nether bricks, or red nether bricks, or whatever they are. I've got some hardened clay, and a bunch of other things. I wanted it to be mostly this, that, a little bit of that, a little bit less of the light sources, and then 3% each of the rest. And I don't even... Oh, wait, there are a couple of these redstone lamps that don't have any power going to them. I almost saw electricity. Redstone signal going to them. But you know what? That's fine. I'm fine with that. And the main purpose behind this is I didn't want the glowstone, but I wanted light. Because I don't want everything spawning up there because no leaves. Suddenly solid surfaces. Millions of spawn points all of a sudden. So that's why I did that. So I guess now what I have to do is start working around the border and just convert the jungle. But I'm going to do that probably in the next episode. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please feel free to leave a message in the comments section below, and I will do my best to get back to you as quick as I can. I have been a little busy lately, but I'm getting back into the swing of things on here. So I'm eager to hear what you guys have to say. If I can get the information and it is actually uploaded, White Cat has said that she recorded her fight with the dragon. I don't know if it's going to be available for the public to see. If it is, I'll see if I can get you the link. If not, then I'll just let you assume that it is every bit as awkward as it seemed. So, anyway, let's see here. I think that's all of the little last minute things. I have just one or two more constellations. I almost forgot to add to the star map that I'm going to be putting over the end island. So that's almost ready to start converting into a sort of pixel art dome. That's going to be a monster of a project. But that's also coming. So a lot of stuff on my plate, and I don't mind because that means there's always something for me to do. When I say I don't know what to do, it doesn't mean I'm bored and don't have anything to do. It means I don't know what of the millions of things I need to do I should be doing next. Lots of stuff. Anyway, I've been talking too much, interrupting my outro. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and leave a like. I do appreciate it, and it does help. And also do subscribe so you know when my next stuff comes out. But that's basically it for today. Thank you once again for watching. This is Thorn of Night, and I will talk to you later.